Episode 6 was a difficult task because we'd already filmed episode 8. I'd fallen over, I was smashed up, we were cold, it was a long day, and all of a sudden all the action condensed down into just two of us in a room having a conversation effectively, wasn't it?
That's right.
And those were the lines I'd spent a lot of time learning, so it became, I felt absolutely zonked, I really did.
Are you okay? Shooting the 2 episodes on the same day was quite tough because as you'll see from the episode that we shot first in the day, which is episode 8, it was high action, there was lots of running around, climbing. Sadly, Jason took a bit of a knock to the head, so there was injuries involved. It was just a lot was expected of us, but we really enjoyed it, didn't we?
And we gave it our all, didn't we?
Did.
It was one of those episodes where everything had to be given, and then we had a small break and turned it around for episode 6, which was the intimate scene.
That's right, so we shot episode 6 after, sort of later on in the day. It actually took us through to the evening, and at that point we were pretty exhausted. We were both, in all honesty, quite a little bit shaken because we're both terrified of heights, and we just shot some scenes for episode 8 which involved scaling quite high heights, so we were both feeling a little bit like that when we got to episode 6. But it was kind of what was required of that particular episode, because episode 6 is a lot more sort of downplayed and intimate sort of relationship between our characters developing. The whole day was quite tough, but we just felt that we got to take both things to the extreme, which we really enjoyed, and you know, it was just nice to feel that we could deliver 2 completely different episodes, all out of sequence, all in one day. It was quite rewarding as an actor as well.
What do you do, Nicole? What are you good at?
I'm head of corporate development. Nicole, I guess, initially is not necessarily a character that you might necessarily warm to. And I just feel that this particular episode gives her a chance to kind of go through her character arc. She shows a much softer side to herself, which you don't see. Her barriers are down, and you kind of just see that she's recognised another human being in the crisis, and she's showing her, hopefully, her real side. And it was lovely just to work more intimately, just on a one-to-one with another actor, and to bounce off each other, really, and I felt that we worked really well together on set.
It was good. We had a lot of time prior to shooting, didn't we, when we were able to get to know each other and talk about our backgrounds, and I think it really helped because it's a very intimate scene, you know, it's just 2 of us, and I think it really helped to know each other a little more than if we just walked in off the street and tried to do that. The conditions were very cold, the conditions were wet, everyone was tired, cast and crew, everyone was tired. I think the director had given us about 3 minutes for a dinner break. I seem to recall that we were back up and running, and I remember delaying having a sort of take off layers in order to film the bit where Kate's sewing up my back. And it was, as you say, it was uncomfortable, but I don't think it would have worked quite as well if we'd have been in there with heaters keeping us warm. It was part of the grittiness, and it really did feel at points, looking around, you could see everyone's breath under the lights, and it felt like we were in the middle of a city that had come under siege from something. It didn't feel normal.
I sort of had to smile then, because I just remembered there was a point when I was sewing his back and he actually did yell in pain. I don't know whether it was the fatigue or what have you, but I did actually kind of pierce his skin momentarily.
Did you? I
think
can't
so.
remember that. I can't
Well, maybe I just pulled on the prosthetics too much. But
I think I was
in
too
my head
cold.
I damaged you that day.
You'll be hearing from my lawyer.